there is a STEM curriculum company that's located in Indianapolis called Project Lead the Way, and we've had a campaign against them for several years now, and that has involved some demos and protests along the way. But their curricula does include a couple of courses with animal dissection. It's a very minor part of their curriculum, but we are still pushing them to fully embrace animal-free methods. So that's one example. And then one thing that we do a lot of is go out to science education conferences where we just talk to teachers, science teacher to science teacher, find out, what they're using in the classroom, if they have any concerns about animal dissection, which we hope they say yes, and then, and ask us how we can help them. So then we do that through a pilot program. Teach Kind Science donates like these, the alternatives that we've mentioned, the non-animal methods. We donate those to schools and to the teachers who want to replace animal dissection.
That's amazing.
It's
so
all free.
It doesn't cost them anything.
No.
It doesn't even cost them anything.
Wow.
So crazy.
And so, okay, let's say in a faraway world, you have biomedical research companies that only use dead animals and then give them to schools. Like, let's say these animals would end up in the landfill. How would you respond to that? Well, is there a humane way to do this?
I've heard that before, and I think that and even I've heard teachers make that argument that oh well, they would be thrown away anyway, so why not let the students get something out of these dead animals, right?
Still so
I would
disturbing
argue,
justification. Let them
isn't
take the dead animals. They deserve
but you
to
should
cut
definitely
into
use
them.
them up.
Yeah, what the heck? They're meant to be in the ground.
Yeah, we've definitely heard that before, and I think that I would my response to that would just be that the students aren't learning anything.
Right.
Studies show that students who use non-animal methods outperform their peers who dissected animals in most cases, and that is nothing to sneeze at. So I think that let them rest in peace. They shouldn't have been killed in the first place, but there's absolutely no reason to bring them into a classroom and, tell students to, here's a scalpel, let's pin the legs back, and let's figure out how they're similar to us. Well, but is Johnny, like being dissected in the classroom? No, he's not, right? This is, a frog or a fetal pig. And so they are not us.
Yeah.
And it's only teaching these kids that we can do this to animals, and it perpetuates this stereotype that they are disposable, as you were saying earlier.
Yeah. They're like, oh, actually, this was fun. I'm going to go grab a cat and do the same thing.
This happened.
No,
there was a guy,
really?
a 19-year-old in Florida who dissected.
Too grown for that, bro.
He dissected a cat in a school, and then he developed this weird obsession with doing that, and he started kidnapping cats and dissecting them. He became like the Florida's cat killer at 19. He was arrested.
Wow. You see?
Yeah.
Is there a time that you can remember some feedback that you got from a student after they did one of your models of dissection or learning about anatomy? I'd be curious.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So when we actually launched the Sin Frog, that actually did happen down in Florida. So see, we're sprinkling a little good in with the bad down there. We did a press release and everything when Sin Frog first came on the market several years back. And yeah, overwhelmingly the students just couldn't believe how lifelike the synthetic frog was and how cool the organs were, how easy they are to identify. There's no smell, there's no mess, there's no chemicals involved. So yeah, overwhelmingly students prefer the non-animal methods.
Right. So awesome. What are ways that people can get involved and help and spread awareness?
If you're a parent, I would definitely, check out, parent or teacher, I would check out teachkind.org. There's lots of information there, for, the adults, for, educators and especially science educators. There's information about our pilot program also on teachkind.org. And then if you're a student, I highly recommend go to PETA2.com to check out the student guides to, ending animal dissection, getting it out of your school. There's lots of things you can do, and I would highly encourage anyone being faced with an animal dissection, any students who may be listening, speak up, say no, say you don't want to participate and that's because this is wrong. And, just explain that you have an ethical obligation or rather opposition to dissecting an animal.